Hi everyone, welcome to this video where we will learn about the VBA, and this particular video is will focus on the introduction to the VBA. Now we know that VBA is a very powerful tool, but let's first come back to the Excel. So most of us we use Excel to do a lot of projects, lot of data analysis in our colleges, in our universities, and in our offices. So we spend a lot of time in building those models and collecting the data and doing most of it and spend a lot of time in doing a repetitive work. So just imagine how your world would be if you do not have to do those repetitive work and you just have somehow you can get that power to automate most of your work. So VBA is the super tool that you can use to automate most of your Excel work, and you can focus your time on the analysis and the decision making rather than doing some repetitive work. So let's start with this video. So this is going to be a series on the how which will help you getting started up with the VBA. The first video would be is related to the introduction to VBA. Now to understand how to make applications in VBA, it's very much important that we understand the fundamental concepts, the building blocks of the VBA. If you will understand that, it will be very easier to build up your applications in a very clear and conceptual way. So let's get started. So let's first look at the building blocks of the VBA. So first one is the object. So anything that the Excel application or even the Access application that we use and all the things that, for example, worksheets or workbooks, those are the objects which we use to make our applications. Now, these objects will have properties. So properties is something, for example, uh, if you open a workbook, then the range or the cell, they are again the smaller objects in that, and they have the properties like I can add some value, I can write some value in those cells, I can put some numbers, I can put some text. So that one property of that object is that I can add some values to it. Now, whenever you are adding something, then definitely there are some ways to do it. So those ways are called as methods. So property is something what we can do, and method is something how we can do that thing. And then lastly, we have this events. Events are something which trigger something to happen. For example, when you click on an Excel icon, an Excel file opens. So the clicking is an event and it fires the file and it opens up. So whenever you are clicking something, that thing is called an event. So is the basic framework that we'll be using everywhere whenever we are making some VBA application. So let's get a better understanding of it, that what is this object, properties and methods. So we can consider any everyday object that we see around us. For example, this bicycle. So you can see this bicycle is an object. Okay. Now, when I come to the properties, it has properties like it has a seat, um, it has a handle bar, it has two wheels. So these are its properties. And then what would be the methods? Methods would be like these two wheels will take me to to different places. If I want to change the direction, I can use this handlebar. So the method would be like I can turn left, I can turn right. This seat, this space is for sitting, right? I can sit on the bicycle here and I can drive it. I can ride it. So this is the main framework. So once you understand in the same way in the Excel that what is the object that you are working upon, what are its properties, and what are the methods that you can use to change or modify those properties, you will understand everything. And this understanding is applicable not only for VBA but even for Excel also. If you're working directly in the Excel, even if you're not using the VBA, even this understanding will help you a lot in making some applications. Okay, let's move further. The last important concept that we can see is the collections and the hierarchy. So, so when you open a workbook, you will see different sheets: sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. So those are with so the workbook is that collection of the different worksheets. Even in worksheets, within a specific worksheet, you will see a range. You can say I can select a cell A1, I can select cell B2, I can select a cell C3. So the collection of A1, B2, and C3, that would become my range. So range is again a collection. We will see that in the Excel also. We will see that in the Excel also again ahead in the video. Then the last concept is the hierarchy. So once you understand the hierarchy, you know how to make those things, how what will be the arguments that you will be using in the methods to modify the properties of the objects. So one example is the Excel application itself. It's living at the top of the hierarchy. Then within that Excel, I can do any cell formatting, right? The next, it comes at the next level. Now again, if you go to the cell formatting, I can increase the size of the font of that particular cell. So font again comes lower in the hierarchy. I can even change the color of that cell. So this is again one level down in the hierarchy. Range also, range would be one level down from the bigger application called Excel. Uh, I can say that it range would be lower down in the hierarchy, and then in the right range, I can change the borders. I can make a thick border. I can remove the left border. I can add the right border. So that again comes one level down. So this is the understanding of the collections and the hierarchies. Now let's move on to an Excel sheet and just try to see how all of the things that we understood here, that we showed here, uh, how this actually see in the Excel. So let's see, let's revise everything that we learned in the video directly in the Excel. So this Excel, you can see this workbook, Introduction to VBA. This is one object, and within that object is there is another object called the cell. So the cell is the smallest object in this Excel application. So I can, and then we have this sheet 1 and sheet 2, and then we can add sheet 3. So the collection of multiple sheets is this workbook. Okay, so we talked about the object, the properties, and the method. So coming to this smallest object in this Excel application called the cell E3, I can write a name. For example, I can write, let's say, name of a product. I can say uh, bicycle. Okay, so now this object has a property that it can store a value. So we wrote this bicycle. Okay, now this property, I can use a method to change the values of these properties, right? So uh, I can make this bold. So if I just press this bold option, then it will make bold. So this is the method. So you can say that method to make the font bold. Okay, similarly I can make it an italic. So that's the method. Or I can, within the cell, I can change the color of this font. So let's say I want to make from this black to say green. I can make it green. So this is the method. So font, again for bicycle, for this particular cell, the font color was the property, and by selecting this to green, using that method, we change it to the our desired color. So that's how everything works. So just remember this. I mean, when you have, so every thing is an object, then every object had some property, and then every property can be changed by using some methods. This is the fundamental building blocks of the VBA. So we will stop our video here and we will continue to the next topics in the next video. Thank you. Thanks for watching. And do subscribe to this channel, like if you like it, and do comment on this channel. Thanks for your time. Thanks everyone.